Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the brand new Audi A8. After Mercedes has renewed the S-Class and BMW has shown us a new 7 Series, this car will prove that the luxury brand of Volkswagen can rock the premium segment. It grew only a little in size, but it grew a lot in presence, and the car has a more bolder look than ever before. Also, it's way more intelligent, it's got more computers than a space shuttle, and it's got probably the most luxurious interior and the most innovative HMI system that you can find. At least that is what Audi is claiming. If that's really true and the car could fulfill all these high promises, that's what we're gonna find out on our test drive here at Thomas Geiger Car. The new A8 is equipped with all the driver assistance systems that are available at the market right now. So cruise control is not only keeping the distance and the speed and helping you steering, knowing where to brake ahead of a curve or a roundabout. No, the car is also already prepared for almost autonomous driving. Because if you come into a traffic jam, technically, it could get you through it without your help. It's not allowed at the moment. That's the reason why Audi is not using the system and is not really selling it, but they are ready. They have shown me already how it works, and it's really amazing that you can lay your hands in your lap for 15, 20, 30 minutes and knowing the car will do its work on a danced highway below speeds of 60 kilometers per hour. And you don't need to have much fantasy to imagine how easy a journey could be with a system like that. And Audi has proven it's not the technology, it's the politics that have to change until this system could be available. Another unique feature of the A8 is its advanced HMI system, the human-machine interface. As you know it from your smartphone, there are almost no buttons anymore. I have the big touchscreen over here for navigation, infotainment, entertainment, the apps and the phoning. And I've got a second touchscreen down here for all the comfort-related systems, like the air condition, seat heating or ventilation, and even the drive selector. So the only button is the start-stop for the engine. It's loud and power on and mute for the audio system, and even the buttons for the air condition and to regulate the blow out of the air vents are now sensor controlled without any physical interaction anymore. But in difference to many of the smartphones, since you're driving and you're focused on the road, there is still a haptical feedback. So if you click on the screen, you will hear a smart click and you will feel that there is a reaction of the screen to make you sure you hit the right button. As usual, Audi is offering the A8 with 2 different wheelbases and 2 different lengths, 5.17 m for the standard version, which is the more popular one in Europe, and 5.30 m for the long wheelbase version, the only one that is getting, for example, to China. But even in the shorter European version, you got lots of legroom, you got easy ingress and degress of the car, and it's a very comfortable ride with lots of surprising details that I will show you in a minute. Even the short wheelbase version, as we have it here, offers you a pretty luxurious rear seat comfort with a few twinkle in the eyes detail. You got an ambience lighting with LED bars in here, in the seats. You got LED lights like in the airplane, with the sole difference that you can adjust the way they look because it's the same matrix technology as they use in the headlight. And you got your own touchpad to use all the infotainment, to adjust the curtains, to adjust the light, the air condition and everything. And if you want to spend some more, you get a rear seat entertainment with big screens, you got extended leg rooms, and you get even a foot massage and a foot heating if you take the resting chairs of the top luxury edition. So I can take the touchpad out of the center console and I can adjust the ambience lighting, make it brighter, change the colors. I can go to the matrix light and I can adjust where it should point at, and it changes over here. It's really a nice feature. And I can even adjust the curtains, as you might see over there, all done by the remote control. I can also go to the radio or can use the telephone, can change the infotainment. All that's done by here. Can change the air condition. The only thing I can't do with that is phoning, at least if there's no SIM card in the car. In the first run, the A8 will be powered with two V6 engines, 286 horsepower for the diesel and 340 for the petrol engine. Later on, we will get two V8 engines, 435 for the diesel, 460 for the petrol, and for sure the prestigious 12-cylinder with almost 600 horsepower. While the Chinese probably won't get any diesels, they might expect a 4-cylinder petrol engine as well. And for all of the world, we will get the plug-in hybrid with a system output of almost 500 horsepower and an electrical range of about 50 kilometers, enough to comply with all the actual governmental rules around the world. When you drive the A8 for the first time, you can feel how it benefits from some very smart systems. On the mechanical side, that's the rear wheel steering that is available for the first time in this car, which makes that big limousine feel pretty small and agile because the turning circle is reduced by about a meter with that rear wheel steering system. On the electronical side, it's the new suspension system with electrical actuators at every wheel. Since the car is using a 48-volt system, there is enough energy to lift and lower every wheel independently with these small electric engines. That means the electronic can avoid the tilting when you accelerate or when you brake, and it can avoid the rolling when you go through faster corners, which makes the ride a more comfortable one when you sit at the back seat and a more enjoyable one when you sit in the front row. You don't have to wait for the plug-in hybrid to drive an electrified Audi A8, because any engine that is installed in this car is at least combined with a small electrical engine. It's called the belt-driven starter generator, and that's the reason why Audi has installed the 48-volt power system to the car. This small electrical engine has not enough power to really drive the car, but it can assist the V6, V8 and the 12-cylinder engine and make it smoother in the start-stop system and letting it coast more efficient on the highway. So the engine turns off much more often than before automatically and kicks in way more smoother than you know it from any other car. Just a little touch at the pedal will be enough to restart the engine without any vibration, without any duration, and at the end you save about 0.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Not as much as you can save with a plug-in hybrid, but a big benefit on your everyday driving. Especially when you look at the side profile, the new one looks somehow similar as the outgoing model. The roofline is a bit lower, the lines at the side are a bit more crisp and a bit sharper, the fenders are a bit bolder, but at the end, in the side profile, the old car pretty much looks the same like the outgoing model, which is done for a reason, because the step in the interior is so huge that the designers didn't want to disturb the more conservative customers in that segment and give them at least a little bit of the feeling to get a car they already know. Since it's a luxury vehicle, money wasn't that much of a matter, and Audi allowed itself some very neat details without a big benefit, but that are just looking great. For example, the air condition, because you can't see any air vents in the car until it's off. But if you turn it on, you will recognize, you will hear the music, and the air vents will open and the air condition can run. Even if the car is designed by the new design chief Marc Lichte, which was appointed 4 years ago, it still looks very evolutionary. The front is pretty bold, the sideline is a bit more sporty with the lower roof, but the biggest difference are the rear lights. Not only because Audi is using organic LEDs with a very detailed, very fast and very slim lighting. No, the biggest thing that makes the difference is this long red line that goes over all the trunk bed, like you know it from some American cars of the 70s and the 80s. This is something that really makes the A8 stand out in the night and easily recognizable. Thank you for joining me on that first test drive with the new Audi A8, a car that really marks a big step forward for the luxury brand of the Volkswagen Group. Today, especially because of the ride comfort and because of the brand new user interface, which makes the car almost a smartphone on wheels. In the near future as well, with its piloted driving on the Autobahn, which is technically possible but yet not allowed. But anything the car needs for that is already built in, and once the government will allow the system, this car really gets ahead of the competition, and the recently updated Mercedes S-Class and the brand new 7 Series of BMW are looking pretty old at that moment. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.